Hello, welcome back to the reading of Beginner's Guide to SriVaishnavam. We are on the 5th chapter, Sriman Narayana's Divine Mercy. Vyasa and Parasara hear Andal Party reciting Amalanadipiran on a lovely Sunday morning. Parasara asks his party, "What are you reciting? We hear you recite this every day in the morning." Andal Party says, "Parasara, this is called Amalanadipiran. It was composed by Tirupanaழ்வார், who is one among the 12 Arvars." Vyasa then asks, "Who are Arvars? What is Amalanadipiran? We would like to know more about them, Party. Can you tell us?" Andal Party says, "I can certainly tell you more about Arvars and their work. But before that, you need to know something more about Sri Ranganathan." Vyasa then asks, "What is it, Party?" Party then says, "You both need to know about his mercy." "Please tell us, Party." "As of now, what I am going to tell you might be a little difficult to comprehend. Hence, just listen carefully, okay?" Parasara and Vyasa look at Party and say, "Okay." Andal Party says, "We already saw in previous discussions how Sriman Narayana descended from Paramapadam as Sri Rama, Krishna, etc. and many Achavadara Emberumans starting with Sri Ranganathan. He is also present inside each one of us as Antaryami." Parasara and Vyasa are now focusing on each and every word of Andal Party with utmost attention. Andal Party then says, "Can you recollect from previous discussions why he appears in so many of these forms?" Parasara and Vyasa say, "Oh yes, Party. We know that he likes us all so much, so he comes down to be with us." Andal Party says, "Excellent. You have understood the principles very well. Not only he comes down to be with us, but he also wants to bring us with him to Paramapadam eventually." Parasara, "Why, Party? What is so special about that place? Is it better than Srirangam?" Andal Party laughs and says, "Of course, Srirangam is very nice, but Paramapadam is his eternal abode, where there is pure bliss and plenty of opportunities for us to serve him continuously. See, here we go to the temple, participate in utsavams, etc. But at some point, we have to come home and do other things. But in Paramapadam, there is no such break. It is continuous joy." Vyasa is excited. "Wow, that is the way I like it. Constant bliss." Andal Party says, "Also, here our body's capacity is limited. We get tired, sometimes we catch cold, fever and become poorly. But in Paramapadam, we get a divine body which has none of these troubles. We can eternally engage in Kaingaryam and still not feel tired or sick ever." Parasara then says, "Wow, that is even better. So what does he do to bring us to Paramapadam?" Andal Party says, "Excellent question. He does so many things out of his limitless mercy. Mercy means helping others out of kindness. He himself descends as Sri Rama, Krishna, Ranganatha, Srinivasa. But he still is unable to bring more of us with him since many people don't understand him clearly and accept him as supreme." Vyasa asks, "Why don't people understand him when he is in front of us?" Andal Party says, "It is because he is so big. So some people are envious and others are scared to approach him, seeing his supremacy." Parasara says, "Oh, okay. I'm assuming this is somehow leading up to Arvars." Andal Party goes on, "Brilliant. Yes, Perumal thought of an idea. Do you know how hunters catch deer? They first catch a deer with great effort. They then train the deer to attract other deer. When other deer become attracted by the original, the hunter quickly catches them all." Vyasa says, "Yes, Party, I've heard about the same trick being applied to catch elephants as well." Andal Party says, "Yes, similarly, Perumal, out of his mercy to help everyone, selects a few people and gives them full devotion towards him and blesses them full of knowledge about himself and everything else. Such people who are immersed in devotion towards Perumal are called Arvars. Parasara says, "Oh, so through Arvars, many become his devotees and reach him. Wow, that's a great plan by Perumal." Andalpati says, "Yes, this is his great mercy. Remember, one cannot become an Arvar by one's own effort. Only by Bhagavan's mercy, one can become an Arvar. Because one can develop some devotion towards Bhagavan with his or her own effort, but to have full devotion towards Bhagavan only, one needs to have the full mercy of Bhagavan. Similarly, one can develop some knowledge through one's own effort, but to have full knowledge about everything, only Bhagavan, who has such knowledge, can bless others to have that." Parasara then says, "Yes, Pati, we understand now. You're so good to us in explaining these principles. And see, since you said it's a little bit more difficult subject, we did not even blink our eyes." Andalpati says, "Yes, before I let you go and play today, I will just explain to you about Amalanadipiran since you first asked about it. It is the work of Thiruppa Narvar, who fully enjoyed the divine beautiful form of Periya Perumal. That is where the whole of our conversation about Sriman Narayana's mercy started. Now you have a good understanding of the whole thing. Next time I will explain more about Arvars. Now you both can play for some time." Parasara and Vyasa say, "Thank you, Pati. We will be sure to return and hear about Arvars soon." Now we'll have a look at a summary of this chapter.
This chapter talks on the great quality of Bhagavan, Daya. Bhagavan lives in divine abode, Vaikuntham or Paramapadam. Vaikuntham gives eternal bliss. We enjoy happiness forever there. In Bhulogam, we have all stages of life. For example, we undergo sickness and old age, death, whereas in Paramapadam, we don't have these changes. And we see Bhagavan always and do service to him always. So the happiness is forever. It is like a child getting a new toy, playing with it very happily for few days. Then the child's happiness gets reduced. But it is not so. When we are with Bhagavan, the happiness becomes more and more and it never gets reduced. That is the speciality of Vaikuntha. So Bhagavan wants the bhaktas to be with him there forever. So he comes down to earth. He came down in the form of Sri Krishna, Ranganatha, Rama and Srinivasa. And he also sent Arvars to the Bhulogam, and he wanted Arvars to spread bhakti among the humans. So Arvars came down and they sang in praise of Bhagavan, and those pasurams make us go closer to God. This is how the bhakti is spread. So Bhagavan wishes the bhaktas to be with him, and he has done so many arrangements like sending Arvars. He himself came down, and we have got Divya Prabandham with us and understand the glory of Bhagavan with the help of Arvars, and we all think of Bhagavan forever and let us reach the Vaikuntham.